Oh yeah. Well, that little thing's a blast there. Welcome back, guys. This is Eric here from Moss Pawn & Gun. And today we're going to be doing a gun review for you today. We're going to be talking about the Troy Sporting Rifle, also known as the Pump Action Rifle, aka the PAR. All right, guys, this gun is pretty dang unique. It is a 50 state legal AR-15 style rifle. The reason I say AR-15 style is because it's not really an AR-15 in the truest sense of the word. Now, yes, it takes standard AR-15 magazines. You can drop AR-15 triggers in it. A few of the parts are interchangeable, but it is a completely different animal because it's pump action only. All right, you don't have a gas system. That's what makes this gun available for sale just about in all 50 states. As far as I know, it's 50 state legal as of the point of this video being made. So starting from the front of the gun, working our way back, we're going to talk about some of the features of the gun that make it unique. It does have a 16.5-inch melanited 1-in-7 right-hand twist barrel. Okay, so pretty much standard fare there. The muzzle device itself is permanently pinned and welded. That's a 2-chamber Troy brake. Okay, very effective. Of course, you're not going to have to worry quite as much. You're not going to be firing rapid. I mean, it's pump action only, but the brake does serve a purpose both cosmetically and to reduce recoil and everything like that. You got a standard rail system that's set up a little bit different what you're probably used to seeing. You do have these covers that can be taken off. You take a bullet and just pry the little guy off and the rail cover comes off. You got a complete quad rail all the way around it. And of course the fore-end, as you can see, it moves. When you pump the rifle, you know, the fore-end moves back and forth. The stroke length is similar to a 12-gauge shotgun. So if you're used to like an 870 or a Mossberg 500, you'll feel right at home behind this rifle because it's pretty standard fare in that regard. The upper and lower are not compatible with any AR-15 rifle. So it is a completely different animal. You can't drop this on an AR-15 lower, upper, vice versa. It's just not designed that way. But very good quality. You've got a standard magazine release, standard safety, pretty much what you'd come to expect on an AR-15 pattern of rifle. The optic that we're running is a Vortex Viper PST first focal plane. We've got an illuminated reticle, very nice little optic. It's setting in a LaRue tactical quick release one-piece mount. Nice mount. I love that mount. All right, now the stock is a 5-position collapsible stock, which is kind of cool. You know, you get different, you know, length of pull for some, you know, shooters want a little bit more adjustability of the stock, and the stock has a folding option, which is kind of neat. Now that's something that you're not going to get on your garden variety AR-15. So that is one of the unique features of the gun, is that you can fold the stock. Makes it a very good candidate for a truck gun, if you're a rancher, if you need something to shoot at coyotes on your property or whatever. Now, I've heard a lot of things about these rifles and people saying that they're really accurate, that they're tack drivers. Here in a moment, we're going to put that to the test. We're going to shoot the gun at 100 yards, just shoot some good groups with some 69 grain match ammunition, some good high quality ammunition. And we're going to proceed to take some like Federal 55 grain ball ammo like I used just now in the intro there. And we're just going to take a couple of shots at some various plates. Just for fun, maybe do a little offhand shooting with it. Now, the profile of the gun, it is very lightweight. I believe this little guy comes in at around 6.5 pounds. Now, obviously the optic is going to add a good bit of weight. But that's one thing, is that lightweight makes for a really soft carrying gun. Something that you can walk around out on the farm with, out on the ranch, the trail, wherever you're going to go, and know that it's a nice lightweight rig that's very easy to shoot offhand and to bring up and shoot offhand. One thing I didn't mention, we do have the Troy battle sights. It does ship with backup sights, and it ships with a 10-round magazine. Now the magazine looks like a standard, you know, Troy battle mag, but it only holds 10 shots. This particular one obviously is a 30-rounder. We are in Georgia here, so we'll be loading up 30 rounds. That way we don't have to reload as often. So let's get behind it some, let's shoot it. I'm really digging the gun so far. At first, I have to admit, I really wasn't a huge fan of this idea, you know, and of doing this, you know, rifle review. But after I got behind it and got to shooting it a little bit, it really is a fun little gun to shoot. And you know me, I love guns no matter what they are. But the cool thing about this rifle is it's kind of like a big FU to the ATF, because this allows some of the people that live in these communist states that have a hard time getting a hold of cool guns. This gives them an option to have a cool gun. They can go to the range and they can get that feeling of shooting an AR-15 and not have to worry so much about all the crazy laws they have to deal with, and they're given you know, jurisdiction where they live. So, you know, it's just neat in that opinion. You know, I think that Troy did a really cool thing with that, you know, by making a gun that's basically just a giant sort of FU, if you don't mind me saying, you know, to all of these bogus laws that people have to put up with. So it's kind of a political show, and it's also just something cool. So let's shoot it some, and we're going to go ahead and get some groups down range with some 69 grain ammo. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we're going to proceed to shoot the Troy sporting rifle at 100 yards here. I've got some 69 grain Sierra Match Kings loaded up on a relatively stout charge, a benchmark. Pretty good little load. We know it shoots well, so we're trying to give the gun a fair chance to show the kind of accuracy that it has the potential for. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot the little gun a little bit, see if we can shoot us a couple of 5-shot groups, 100 yards, just as a baseline. I've heard a lot of people say these things are tack drivers, so I'm curious to see. Looks like we're printing a little high, but that's going to be just fine. Just going to shoot a group here. Now, some of you guys may not know this, but this gun has a fluted chamber. The fluted chamber aids in extraction. A standard AR-15 is going to have a really strong impulse. When that gas kicks through, it's going to eject really briskly. But this gun needs a fluted chamber because it's pump action. There's that delay. So they don't want the brass swelling and becoming difficult to eject. So there is a minor flute. Not a big deal. Just something to consider, guys. It doesn't work the brass hard though, so it's not really a big deal. Not bad so far. That's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and shoot 5 more. You know, of course, we want to see the group a little tighter than that, but for 69 match, should be shooting a little bit better than that. I'm thinking maybe the barrel just needs to get fouled out a little bit. Let's try again, take our time. One thing I can say about the stock trigger on this rifle, it is a little bit heavy. Certainly not a bad thing. You can add any type of aftermarket AR trigger that you want. So that's not a big deal. If some of you guys are into upgrading triggers, you want to throw a Geisley or something like that, certainly not a big deal there. I'm going to move over to the upper left-hand quadrant. I'm going to shoot one more group, and then we're going to let Chad shoot one just to make sure it's not me just having a bad day or something like that. That's more like it. Not too bad. That's probably right at an inch. Certainly not bad. Those 69s are just great projectiles. They shoot so well, especially if you got a nice fast twist, it can handle them well. If you can't get an AR-15 or any type of 223 rifle to shoot well with a 69 grain match, if the twist lends itself, you're not going to get the gun to shoot well at all. I mean, it will shoot that bullet consistent. All right, let's do it.
We're going to shoot some targets from shootsteel.com from about 200 on out to about 300 yards. Let's see what we can do here. All right, let's see here. That was 2. Got to 250.
Good.
Well, not doing too bad on a man-sized target. Send a couple more in at 250 there.
About a
All right.
6-inch group.
Not bad. Let's go out to 3 and see what we can do there. 22-inch round at 300 yards.
Yeah, run it. All right, good.
Where about are they hitting on that plate, Eric?
All over the place.
All over the place.
You had about 3 or 4 shots that landed into about a 4-inch circle, and then you started getting some flyers off to the right and high.
Yeah, just trying to see how fast we can run the gun and stay on target for the most part. You know, practical target. I'm gonna go for that little bitty popper there on the right, just out of curiosity here.
You got it, you hit low.
A little bit low.
Yeah, bring your hold up about 3 inches.
Okay.
You
Off
hit
to
it,
the
just
left.
same spot, just low.
Oh, okay.
Bring your hold up. You missed just to the right by about 1 inch.
Okay. Maybe slight inconsistencies in that 55 grain ammo.
Possibly. There you go. Do that again. You're hitting a little low, but you're shooting a real good group.
That's what I wanted to see.
Good. Very good.
Well, it's definitely sending them in there. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, including the couple of flyers you shot earlier, probably about a 4.5-inch group. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, you're shooting those shots into about a 3.5-inch, 4.5-inch group at 300. That's pretty good. Now, I didn't see where that one went.
Boy, it's like these 30-round mags are never ending with a pump action gun. Good Lord.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Let's see if I can get them on that big gong in kind of rapid succession until I run out here. Okay, now we're out.
Not too bad. All right, well, Chad's effort wasn't too bad there on the little pump action rifle. I'm gonna try a couple of shots at our gopher down there, see if we can hit him, and then I'm gonna proceed to try to dump this thing relatively quick. I'm gonna try to sustain a relatively high rate of fire. I wanna heat the barrel up and see how well the shots land there on that 22-inch round at 300. We're probably gonna close things out. So let's give it a little try here. Just gonna try some kind of informal, offhandish kind of shooting here. See if we can hit our gopher.
Just high right.
Just to the right of him.
Just to the right.
That little turd. Got him that time, didn't I?
Nope. Left. Right. Just past his nose, all around him.
All around him, but not where we want it to be. Well, that's probably just the limit of the accuracy of this rifle, I think.
There you go. Just past his belly.
Well, it's all around him. Let's try the 22-inch round there. I mean, it throws them in there just fine. You know, it's pretty neat. I imagine that with a little bit more work behind this rifle, not only from standpoint of just kind of getting experienced at shooting a pump action AR style rifle like this, but also from the standpoint of just developing a solid performing hand load that can increase the accuracy potential of the rifle. I think this could be a really solid contender for a lot of people. It may not work for my situation. It may not work for every shooter's situation, but I can see where this rifle definitely fits a niche, and it is a niche item that will work for a lot of folks. And we know that on the channel, there's a lot of you guys that are in some states that are very funny about firearms laws, and you know, they only offer certain things, or they have, you know, certain guns that you can't have or have limited access to. So a gun like this could fit in well for a group of folks that have a hard time getting black rifles where they live. So that's kind of what the premise of today's video was, to just show you something that's kind of cool, something that you can have, something that is a 50 state legal AR. So guys, we appreciate the support. We hope to see you next time, and we probably are going to do some more hand load development with this rifle for those of you guys that are interested. I really want to see what kind of accuracy we can wring out of this little rig. So stay tuned for that. I think that's something that has piqued my interest, and I think we're going to try to wring some really good accuracy out of this little guy. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.